I have had this beautiful hand-quilted fabric in my fabric stash for too long. Let me tell you, it has been 2 years too long. I found it on a trip to Harmony Fabric Shop in Provo, Utah. A small fabric shop that is full of the most amazing materials, and you could spend so much time in there. I couldn't believe it when I came across this fabric. Now, it's a little outside of my comfort zone, but something about it just drew me in and I had to get it. I've been waiting so long for the day to make it into something I'll love and wear for a long time. After lots of thought, I felt a vest would be a great way to use this fabric. I was inspired by these photos and quilted vests. I decided to use the Billie pattern for this project and tweak it a little bit to make it into a vest, which actually wasn't hard at all. So originally I thought I may want this to be reversible, and while I think this is a great option for a lot of jacket projects, I don't see myself wearing the jacket on the reverse side. So I decided to make the solid hand-stitched side of the fabric the main fabric. For the pattern, I cut out all the pattern pieces except the sleeves and the cuffs. And for the neck facing, I only cut 2 pieces instead of 4 since I'm not adding any buttons. After getting past my initial fear of cutting into this beautiful fabric, I was surprised that even though this fabric has layers like a blanket, it was actually thin and easy to work with. To assemble the vest, first I followed the directions for the Billie pattern and hemmed the pockets. I pinned them in place and sewed them around 3 sides. Next, I sewed the back yoke and bodice pieces together, followed by matching the shoulder seams and side seams right sides together. I've made this pattern out of many different fabrics like quilted cotton, flannel, cotton gauze, and now this blanket cotton fabric. And I love how each one is the same pattern but versatile in the look depending on the fabric choice, button choice, and the finishes like that. That's what I love about creating your own clothes. You can create a different piece out of the same pattern by just your fabric and material choices and adding your own creativity. I previously mentioned I decided not to add buttons, and I'm going to add ties instead for the front. Since I made this change, I knew the neck facing didn't need to be what the original pattern calls for, which is 4 pieces sewn together. Using 2 pieces of the neck facing would actually create a clean finish to the pattern and felt appropriate for the vest. Right sides facing, I pinned the neck facing to the front of the vest and sewed at 1/4 inch. I then followed the Billie pattern instructions to sew the side vent and bottom hem. Then I ironed the outside edge towards the wrong side at 1/2 inch and sewed the facing wrong sides together to finish it off. This is where you would want to sandwich the ties in place at the curve of the bodice. After trying on the vest, it felt a little incomplete to leave the sleeves shape as is. I tried it on and decided 2.5 inches wide was enough on the shoulder. So I marked a natural curve to join in with the arm curve and cut the new sleeve opening. Finally, I finished the arm openings with a binding. I measured my new armhole opening and added 1.5 inches and cut on the bias a 1-inch strip. I cut 2 bias strips total. Then I folded the bias strip in half and sewed the raw edges right sides together at 1/4 of an inch. I stopped 2 inches before finishing to join the 2 ends together. Then I folded the tape over once more towards the wrong sides of the arm opening and ironed it in place. I top stitched the bias tape to the arm openings and my vest was complete. I love how this project turned out. It feels fun and versatile and a little bold for me, which is a good stretch I need sometimes. I envision this wearing over the Ola blouse and any of the Ola or Betty dresses to kind of give it a new feel. It feels like a nice finishing touch to just a white t-shirt and jeans, and it looks like I have just enough to make a matching one for my daughter, who is 100% in the matching phase right now. I hope this inspires you to take a pattern that you already have and make it your own. If you use the Billie pattern to create a vest, I would love to see it in any of your creations. So if you'd like to see the original pattern, you can click this video.